If you're feeling a little uncertain or even uneasy about where you are in your educational journey, you're not alone. Maybe last semester didn't go well, and now the holidays are behind you and you're just not sure what to do next. Some of that has to do with this weird time between Christmas and New Year's. They call it a liminal space. But maybe you may be in a liminal space of your own between leaving school and not knowing what to do next. Or maybe homeschooling in a traditional way and exploring how unschooling could make the process better. So I want us to take these next 10 minutes and pause, reflect, and reset. I know it can feel disorienting, but it's okay. I'm right here with you. And actually, this liminal space is the perfect opportunity to take a breath, get a little clarity, and think about what your next steps are. Welcome to the Unschooling Mom to Mom podcast. I'm Sue Patterson, mom to 3 grown unschoolers, all in their 30s. And I come to you each week with an unschooling pep talk, usually about 10 minutes. I know you're busy, but I want you to know that unschooling really works. And I have a lot of options to help you get answers and become more confident. I'll put them in the notes in the podcast platform or in the description if you're watching this at YouTube. And in the end, I'll tell you a little more about the specials I have going on where you can save a little money. So let's get to it. Is that word liminal space new to you? It's just a fancy word for a time of transition, a threshold between what was and what is to come. In the calendar, this last week of December is kind of a collective pause. The hustle of the holidays are over, but the fresh start of the new year hasn't quite arrived yet. And it's a moment of in-betweenness where routines loosen and possibilities emerge. This concept isn't just tied to the holidays. It happens in other parts of our lives too. When we move from one way of thinking to another, we often pass through a liminal period. It's unsettling, but it's full of potential. For a lot of parents, the shift from traditional homeschooling to unschooling feels like stepping into the unknown. Traditional homeschooling often mimics school at home, structured curricula, schedules, external standards. But at some point, many families find themselves stuck. They've tried all the curricula, spent hours grading and planning meticulously, only to feel like something isn't clicking. This is the liminal space. It's that uncomfortable middle ground where you're questioning everything you thought education should be. It's also where transformation happens. So instead of scrambling frantically to fix this uneasiness, we can take this pause together and look at what worked and what didn't. You know, really, this is how you shift from doing what is familiar but not working to truly individualizing the learning at your house. Instead of trying to find the right curriculum, it's about shifting focus. Change the question. What does my child love? What lights them up? What kind of learning environment allows their curiosity to thrive? In traditional approaches, the focus is often on the curriculum, as if education is a product you can buy. And parents inadvertently put the cart before the horse, expecting the curriculum to mold their child into a learner. But education that really sticks isn't about memorizing random facts out of context. It's about engaging with ideas and skills that resonate deeply with the learner. When parents let go of the idea that education must start with a prepackaged plan, they discover the power of starting with the child. Their interests and their passions become the foundation of meaningful, lasting learning. Instead of plowing through the worksheets, kids are solving real-world problems, exploring their curiosity, and building knowledge that they're going to actually remember. Their curiosity or desire to do something that they don't have the skill for yet becomes the catalyst, the reason to tackle challenges. It's not about meeting arbitrary benchmarks for their age. It's about pursuing goals that they truly care about because they want the end result. A lot of parents worry that their kids don't stay with something that's hard or that they walk away if it gets hard. But the truth is, they walk away because they don't see the end result as worth the struggle. Kids face challenges for something they value, like leveling up in a game or mastering a skill in a hobby, you'll see them persist until they succeed. Even from a young age, children instinctively weigh the effort against the reward, doing their own cost-benefit analysis. So it's not about lacking grit or willpower. It's about finding the right motivation. So think about the days between Christmas and New Year's. It's a time when normal rules and routines relax. People might take long walks or stay up later than usual or binge on a favorite show or have deep conversations over hot cocoa. It's unstructured yet fulfilling. And often moments of clarity or inspiration emerge during this time. The same holds true with unschooling. When we give ourselves permission to pause and reflect instead of rushing to fill the gap with more structure, we open the door to something better. We discover the kind of education that aligns with our children's natural rhythms and interests. That's when real, memorable learning happens. So liminal spaces can feel uncertain and even a little scary, but they're also where transformation occurs. And just like this last week of December, it can set the tone for the year ahead. The transition from traditional homeschooling to unschooling can shape a lifelong love of learning for your child. So go ahead and lean into the discomfort. Take a little time to reflect on what's working and what's not. Trust that by focusing on connection and curiosity, you're creating an educational journey that is as unique and wonderful as your child. You truly are individualizing their path. Unschooling parents get to learn too, like this liminal space that happens on our calendar, but it also happens as our educational path evolves. A lot of parents feel really comfortable or at least familiar with the frantic pace, the frantic pace of the holidays, the frantic pace of doing school at home homeschooling, the frantic pace of getting kids off to school. But I want to tell you it doesn't have to be that way. This in-between space can be some time that you use to figure out what you're going to do. You're not alone, and this process isn't about perfection. It's about finding what works for your family and letting curiosity lead the way. It's new to a lot of us. Transitions are tough, but they're also where the magic of growth happens. So if you need a little extra support during this time, I have discounted private coaching available for quick questions. My membership group is also discounted this week. It's the only time I offer a 6-month package at a discount. Plus, I have guides and tools to help you turn the calendar over into the new year. These are included in the membership, but if you prefer to DIY, they're available separately too. So let's embrace this season of change together. Take care, and I'll see you next time.